Hello, Cancer. Welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning to the channel, welcome back. For those of you who are new, welcome. I am Nicole. Cancer, first and foremost, my eyes are bloodshot from the shower. So they're still clearing up. Like, I'm completely fine. It's just random and it's been highs and lows in temperatures. So bear with me here. Cancer, this is going to be your weekly December 11th through the 17th reading. Sun, Moon, Rising, your Venus, Cross Watcher, if that's you, welcome to the channel as well. This reading, you know, I think I said this for Scorpio and Pisces. You water signs, I don't know what's happening, but something's happening. And I feel like this is a final push through for you all. In Cancer, I think you're going to see this energy play out to the end of the year. Like, I don't think there's a getting around it, but they gave me 1515, which is the devil energy, right? They talk about a void that is going on within, that some people feel like they can never fulfill. And I know your last reading hit pretty heavy for December. So we're going to see what comes up in the cards before I speak too much on it. But Spirit is giving a lot of pressure. You could feel like there's a lot of pressure building up. And I will say too, with the holiday season, it's a lot. Like, we have a lot of things going on, and the new year is coming, and you could feel pressure to make changes and moves, and you could be bouncing back and forth trying to get 1,000 different things done, and you don't know which end is up, and the energy just feels very chaotic, but then on the internal, very empty. So we're gonna see again what comes up in the cards. But for those of you who've liked, shared, subscribed, commented, thank you so much for all the ways you support the channel. Those who've booked personal readings and made private donations to the channel as well, thank you so much for everything that you do. It is so greatly appreciated. So, all right, Cancer, connection and listen. Spirit just said this is about the centered connection to the self. Are you listening to your higher self? Are you in touch with your intuition right now, Cancer? Is there something within you that is struggling to be heard, felt, seen, addressed still? And you know, December, I just feel, I can't help but feel, Cancer, that throughout this entire month, this is like cutting away all of these parts of you that are just not serving you anymore. And it could feel like a monstrosity or a monsoon of emotions. And it's like, I feel like though with that, they come and go. They're not consistent. All right, Spirit, for December 11th through the 17th for the sign of Cancer, what does Cancer need to know? Time. It's like, it's funny. It's the adage of time can heal all wounds, and it's, you know, call it divine timing. But here's the thing, Cancer, this card is speaking to me extremely heavily, and I'm going to show it to you real quick. You've got child creation and birth. There's a need to run from certain things. There is the wisdom that you have attained during this lifetime to this point. There is the need to connect with the sense of self, as well as the connection of, you know, being grounded to the earth and centered in that energy as well. There is there's an idea of plentiful and balanced energy. There's a need to create that balance. It's the need to address the inner light. There's a need to address the inner darkness. And I feel like you're kind of just there in the moment. And it's like watching all of these things kind of play out. It's like, you ever see one of those movies where like they're laying in bed and it's like life flashing before your eyes? Watching all of these situations, all of these people, all of these places, all of these things just kind of floating around you and going, how the hell did I get right here, right now, in this moment? And it feels really freaking heavy, right? Like, it's just like, what am I supposed to do with all of this at any given point? And it's almost like, you know, as people, if you're a list maker, which sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not, it's like, okay, I know I have this, 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 and this to do. So it's like all in the mind, right? Of all the things you need to do and accomplish. So you write them down to kind of put pen to paper, you see it in front of you, you're like, okay, now I can work through this. Now I've gotten organized. And it's like, when it comes to this energy, it's like, where do you put it? How do you label it? How do you put it on a to-do list so that you can start to check one thing off at a time? And And it's like, Spirit's talking about, this is about the loyalty to you. What is it that you need? A lot of blue energy, throat chakra energy as well. The need to communicate your feelings, to address, they're actually showing me an envelope, a larger envelope, like the letter size envelopes, and they're showing me a return address, and I can see a number 2, I can see a letter R. I'm also hearing return to sender with that, and it's like, you know, if you're dealing with energies that have been heavy on you, this could be the need to write them out and, you know, return to sender. Or if you're into rituals and practices of the such, whatever you feel has been sent to you, what you've dealt with, is like, return this back to where it came from, because it doesn't serve me anymore. Cancer, your energy is coming so heavy for me in this month. It's been crazy. Next card, surface. Spirit is saying you are starting to scratch the surface of these energies, and it's like you may really starting to be putting the work in. You know, maybe taking the advice that I gave in the last reading, and what this is creating within you is this uncomfortable feeling of, you know, like being scratched at, picked at, poked at. Like, it's almost like you just cannot get comfortable right now. Fragments, discernment, and again, this is like reiterating everything I just said. Like, you're trying to figure out how to shield yourself and work through these energies. And it's like, okay, right now I've got a space of balance. I'm figuring this out. I can do this. And then it's like, but God, it pisses me off. It's frustrating. It's aggravating. It's more than I can take. It's like breathing, huffing and puffing, trying to catch your breath. It almost feels slightly erratic from time to time. Head spinning, not knowing what to do. So Cancer, whatever you guys are in the process of releasing, do not think that this is going to happen overnight. Don't put that pressure on yourself. The name Tim is coming up as well, so I don't know who that's for. Hermit energy. This is a period of isolation. You could be isolating, could have isolated. This week too, Cancer, this could just be going, you know, God, somebody give me guidance. Somebody light the path. Somebody show me the way, is how this is coming in. And in staying to yourself, Spirit's saying with the 7 of Swords, like, you're not trusting what is coming in for you. It's like all you can see Spirit is saying the foresight of the energies that you're dealing with, dealt with. Like, it's almost like they can't give you, which is strange, but we're going to go with it. You can't get the foresight that you're looking for, or feeling like you can't get the foresight that you're looking for. It's like either feeling emotionally empty or mentally drained. And it's like you can't quite get that to kind of balance out right now. I'm going to take both of these, the 5 of Wands, the 10 of Cups. Fighting, arguments, competition, everybody going a different direction. And it's like, can I just feel good for 5 minutes? That's it. That's all I'm asking for, is 5 minutes apiece. And it's like, again, this bouncing back and forth between these two energies. To feel good, to not to feel good. Sneeze. Oh my God. That happened during the daily read today. I've had that happen so many times where I feel like I've got to sneeze and then I yawn. Oh, anyhow. But all this back and forth, it's creating massive confusion. Again, there's like, to me, that's like that list. Like, can I organize all of these things based on my emotional needs right now, dump them in and go, which one feels the heaviest? How do I address these things? And I feel like, too, Cancer, that every time you start to get what you think is some headway on it, something else is coming up, and then you're stuck dealing with that as well. So then you've got the Moon, Cancer, Pisces energy. You've got Virgo energy here, too. Queen of Wands. For some of you, 5 of Pentacles in the reverse. For some of you, pay attention to subliminal messages. You know, the Queen of Wands is extremely intuitive. That Moon card is intuitive. That Moon card is our illusion. That Moon card is our subconscious mind. There are things, you know, I say all that hidden behind the surface, but it's like you're only able to see a portion of what is coming to light for you right now. And it's just like, again, this idea of this fighting energy, or this back and forth, this bickering is really what I'm getting. And it's like, just the desire, there's such a desire here to leave it all behind, to just let it all go. But it's imperative that you work through this, because things are going to show themselves in due time. You're going to have a deeper understanding and knowledge around situations in due time. It's just not going to happen overnight. It can't happen overnight. All right, Spirit, let's clarify the Hermit for Cancer this week. Seven of Cups comes out. It's like when you don't know what else to do, you're shutting down. When it doesn't make sense, you're shutting down. Just a lot of isolation. But it's like what you, I want to say to you, what you don't understand, Cancer, or what you may be having a hard time grasping a sense of, is you're not working from an experience anymore. Like, the Hermit has been on the journey. He's almost halfway there. He has learned, he has gained wisdom and knowledge. He wants to light up his path, but it's like as you're moving forward this week, you're realizing that there are all of these other things that surround you. And it's like, what do I do with that? Where do I put that at right now? And it could be making you feel very emotionally unbalanced at this time. Five of Wands, Ten of Cups, Spirit. Let's clarify. King of Pentacles. Some of you could be upgrading the people that are in your world. And I simply mean by that is letting go of losses, where you realize that there's been so much argument, there's been so much competitiveness, there's been so much fighting, that it's like nobody can truly be happy. Nobody is harmonizing here. But Spirit is calling it an upgrade. So it's letting go of people, past situations, things like that, that have left you feeling like you're constantly fighting in survival mode. You're constantly going at it. You have to fight for your happiness. You have to fight for your peace. The King of Pentacles doesn't have to fight for that. He's stable and grounded, and he knows that. So it's like, you know, it's like if it's a threat to your security, if it's a threat to your stability, you could feel like people are constantly gunning for you. And Spirit is also saying that this is an energy that has been carried forward for some of you over lifetimes. It's like you've come here now to figure this out. And there's a truth, there's an awareness that comes in with the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles, that your Spirit is saying security and stability here for you is more than what meets the eye. So you could feel like you've got superficial people around you as well that are only, you know, asking for certain things, competing for your time, interest, pulling you 1,000 different directions as well. And it's like, I just want to go back to the basics of life. So, you know, I hope that's making sense for you guys. The Moon and the Queen of Wands, please, Spirit. What does Cancer need to know this week? The Moon and the Queen of Wands. So, Cancer, you know, you could be dealing with another Cancer. I don't think you are. I think this is you. The Moon, so it's Pisces, Cancer energy. You've got Virgo, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Aries, Leo, Sag as well. The Seven of Pentacles. It's odd that I'm going to say this to you, because I'm not a big fan of this kind of energy. The Moon again, the Fool, the Moon, the Emperor, Seven of Pentacles. Don't make significant investments into anything. Seven of Pentacles, there are certain things that are growing not as quickly as you would like them to, and there's a reason. Whatever, you know, these sevens are very heavy, so 7-7 energy here as well. Spirit is saying something could look really lucrative, and it's really not going to be. And I think the one thing that you're not investing in, whatever this means for you, it's going to be different for all of you, is the one thing that's going to pay off the best for you, whether it's in your subconscious mind, in your tangible world. But it's like you're trying to control, trying to hold on to how this works. I hope that's, again, I hope that's making sense the way I'm explaining this. But it's like, Spirit is saying, count your accolades for what they are. If you've put out, if you've had 7 fires to deal with, you've put 4 of them out. There's only going to be 3 parts to something that remains. So whatever that is, you know, whether it's options, opportunities, love, business, it's like you're trying to make sure that everything is flourishing. And not all of it is supposed to. And you could feel like it's at the doing of somebody else, but it's not. Not quite sure what that means for you guys, but that's what Spirit is giving me. So you're going to have to discern how that plays out in your world personally. Spirit is also saying that options and opportunities are not going to play out the way that you see them. So it's like, I'm not a fan of saying expect the unexpected with this kind of energy, but there's something else that is growing for you that you may have no awareness of yet. And in due time, it's all going to show itself. Double moon energy. There's a lot beneath the surface. There's a lot that's being, it's almost like pushed down. It kind of reminds me of the Justice card in the Lightseer's deck, where, you know, I always see her as like the reflective energy, and she's pushing down maybe the shadow side of things. Dive into those shadows, work through those shadows. There's just parts that are done. They're done. You know, give certain things back. Quieting the mind. I said about that mind energy, right? There's a need. Your advice here is to meditate, to breathe, to create space and time for you, to find your place of Zen. You know, a lot of the times when we are feeling pressurized or pushed and very, very uncomfortable, it's right before our biggest breakthroughs happen. And that's kind of how I feel about this, is this change is on the horizon. The timing of it is not playing out the way you had hoped. It's almost like, I wanted to get this done by December 20th and feel better about everything. It's not going to happen that way. And you have to be aware of that. You need to be okay with that. You need to find an acceptance of that. Advice for Cancer, please, Spirit. But there is a spark. There is a spark that is living inside of you, and it's like taking the external, let it go. The external awareness, and then the need to transmute and transform that energy on a mind and spiritual level. Okay? By faith. And let it go. It's time to open up the heart. It's time to let go of anything that it just makes you super anxious. Whatever this anxious energy is that I've been feeling this whole reading, it's time to let it go and recognize that there's other fruits of your labor, whether it's in love or, you know, whoever knows, right? Like whatever it is for you. There's other ways that this unfolds. The number 56 could be very important to you. The number 4 could be very important to you. You have 7-7 here as well. Here's another 7 with this underlying energy, so 7-7-7 as well. Other opportunities are going to flourish. And again, that 3, I said what, 4 of them wouldn't work out and 3 would. What's bearing fruit? 12, which breaks down to a 3. There's only certain things that you've put your time, energy, and effort into that's supposed to work out to your benefit. You're trying to take on everything at once, and Spirit is asking you not to do that. So, don't take on the entire world this week, Cancer. Just be within you, be still. Prioritize the best that you can, and let go of the need to control any given outcome and or situation, all right? If you found this video helped you, I hope it did. I hope this message helped you. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Personal reads are available and open. Information in the description box below and the About section of the page. And holisticallyzenwv.com. Sending you guys a ton of love. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon. Bye.